and I'm sitting here making bubbles, and I'm thinking, I have not been filming this. I don't have a holder for my phone, so it's difficult. So this is Procreate. I just did these bubbles with one of my other brushes. I'm gonna put, this is airbrush now on my pen that I'm gonna fill in here. And I'm just gonna kind of follow the curve of the bubble. Find another one here. Just kind of get a circle going in. Down here, doing a bunch of them down here. And I think I'll put one down in here too. This is just airbrush on here. I want to make one pretty big right here. So I'm going to make my brush bigger because these come out as a circle. And look, if I just tap, it just keeps getting bigger. I want it bigger than that though. Make it a little bit bigger. Bubble keeps getting bigger. It also keeps getting more opaque, which isn't what I'm going for. So I'm gonna double tap on with my fingers on here, and it will reverse that, because I don't want it to be so opaque. I want the bubble to be transparent, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna tap it two times, and then I'm gonna make this smaller, and then just sort of come around the edge. It's gonna be a big bubble. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna grab luminescence. This is what I use to make the bubbles to begin with. I'm not gonna use that now. I'm gonna go to my light brush. I'm gonna make it not real thick. And I'm gonna put the opacity up to about 70 on that. I'm gonna change the color a little bit. I'm gonna darken it up just a little bit. And then here I'm gonna take this big one, make a circle, hold it, and then turn that into a circle. And it stands out a bit too much. Put that down a little bit. And then I'm gonna do the same again down here. Some of them I won't turn into an absolute circle. Some of them I'll just let them as they are. I want to create bubbles over bubbles for this picture. I was working on this and I'm like, oh, video. I can't show you every illustration because it's hours and hours and hours and hours. You don't want to see that. Okay, so I have the emphasis is on the big one, but that's too bright. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to grab my airbrush again, a soft, and I'm going to take the size way down, turn the opacity up to about 70-ish, come up here, and I'm going to grab a little green, pale green. Let's go with a pale green. And then right up here, I just want to, just kind of want to work that in, kind of like a little circle here. Just going over there a little bit. That's a little bit wide, so I'll bring that down. Do the same here, and I can make this way bigger. It's easier when it's way bigger. That one looks like a little earth. Gonna take that brush down a little bit lower in size. I'm gonna show you something super cool. Super cool. Hello, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube and ask any questions. This, I put water in here. I'll show you how I did that in a minute with this brush. But you can get a lot more detail out of this sort of pen than you can with a normal marker or watercolor, but it's work. It's not like, oh, it's on a computer, it's easier, it's faster. No. So here I'm gonna take this because I want to cover up this water now. It's on this bubble. And I'm just going to cover the water that I put up there on. If a little bit of it shows, okay, because it can be reflecting in the bubble. You probably won't be able to see all these details in the illustrations of the book, but I will know they're there. Yes, that's great. That's better. Smooth right along there. And we're getting ready to go to a lovely little fun evening. And I really want to get this illustration done. I've been sitting here quietly working on it for about an hour and a half now. See, I'm going to let some of the white around, not all of it. Not all of it. I'm going to go over and darken some of that out. And I'm going to actually take this right to the outside of here. You kind of got to feel your way around it. The more you do this, the better you're going to get at it. See how this is like so blatant in your face? I'm going to make it more opaque to blend it a little bit better. Blend it. This is the first start of the bubbles. There's more happening to them. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Happy Memorial Day weekend to you. I was told you shouldn't wish people happy Memorial Day weekend because of what it is. So if saying that offends anybody, I'm sorry. We always said happy Labor Day or happy Memorial Day. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and go up here on this bubble. See, it doesn't cover the background up. Okay, so I have all the greenness into my bubbles that I want, I think. I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna change this to pink. I'm gonna go with like a fuchsia kind of color for this one. And then come over here, touch the screen and it went there. Make it real opaque. Real opaque. I mean real translucent. Turn the opacity right down on it. I'm gonna make this bubble a little bit bigger. And then just touch. That's just what I'm looking for. Just what I'm looking for. A little bit of the pink. On this big one, you'll really be able to see it happen. Shaping bubbles, creating bubbles. I'm going to turn this a little bit bigger and just touch. Yep. 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 I don't want them to be all, see the pink and the purple, pink and blue kind of made a purple there. I use that bigger one up here. And if I feel like, oh, I went too much here, I'm gonna come up anyway with my luminescence for my light brush. And I'm gonna put it to yellow. It really won't matter though. Let's get with a real bright yellow. And the size, we want it to be really blurry. So I'm gonna make it bigger but blurry. And then we'll test it out here on this one. I just want to form that perfect circle look. And I do love that. For the big bubble that works. I'm going to make it smaller for the little bubbles. Just pull that out. doing this on live or even for a video, it's really odd to me because this is a part that people typically do. You spend hours on an image. Oops. I like it better wiggly. You spend hours on an image and you're typically not talking as you're doing it. And that one I want to make it littler. A little bit littler. Like that. Okay. I love those bubbles. Now I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to go for luminescence again, only the flare. Keep the same color on. I'm going to make this smaller and take the opacity down to about 40. And then right here where I'm getting kind of like a natural, there's a natural flare happening there. I'm going to just touch that. I'm going to touch it here too. It just puts a point of light on the bubble. It's so cool. I'll blow this one up really big so you can see. Make that one a little bit bigger. Put a little bit more opacity to it, about 50%. See, it just turns the glow on. Nothing I have to do. Turns the glow on for me. I want these to be glowing bubbles. Glowing bubbles. And oh, can you see? Look, I hit a little hedgehog in here. I'm going to turn the opacity way down. I'm going to put the glow on this little hedgehog. Can you see that little guy? Let's put some glow up here. I'm gonna make it more opacity, put the opacity up, and I'll watch. Oh, that's too much. Is it? Maybe. No, it's not. It works out there. I'm gonna do it down here too. There. Put a glow there. Put a glow there. Nope. I'm getting too much. You gotta find the happy medium. And sometimes it's off center of the bubble. I'm loving this. That needs a little airbrush work. No, let's go with elements. Let's go with water. That's what that needs. Let's go with blue. And then I'm going to turn the opacity up. I'm going to bring it down a little bit smaller. And we'll see how this works. Yes. Yes. Yes, that's what we needed. We needed the water in the bubble. I'm going to make this one like that too. Make it a little bit smaller. I love that. They look so cool. Down in this one. And again, I won't do it on all of them. I think it makes it more special if you don't do it on all of them. I'll do it up here. I want these ones to just feel, these ones are magical. I don't want to give away things from here. I'm obsessed with hedgehogs too, Michelle. I love them. I want to do a different color in there as well. Yeah, I'll just stick with the water feel. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And let's go with a real bright green, a real vibrant green. And let's put a little bit of, yes, just a little bit. Just a little bit of that. I don't want to overdo it. This is also a great brush if you're making eyeballs. And then the picture is going to be about that size in the book. I love how that's looking. I'm loving that. So here I want to go with, I'm going to get more water here. So I'm going to go with oceans. And I put down the blue, but I want to put some green in there too. Let me see where I'm at here, the size. Just put some of that through in here. Not a lot. Not a lot. And I'm hoping, I'm gonna have a link in our website, and I just did a Facebook page about this, that I'm hoping people, if they like how the illustrations look and they want to see how I did it, they can come here and have a little peek. Okay, so now I need to go with white, or real pale blue. Let's go with this super pale blue that's mostly white. And let's put some of that in here, just a little for highlights. Just want to make this the water coming down. This brush is so cool. I think I might put a drop on the end of this thing. I don't really know what that thing is. A little stick. Let's take it back down to normal size. I should have put a little bubble or something on the end of there. Maybe a star. I don't know. And this is Procreate. And this is done in layers. This is my final layer that I'm working on. This isn't like a tutorial about doing Procreate. It's just me showing you what I've done to do bubbles. Okay, I'm gonna take, let's look at what our choices are here for water. This is a little, I don't want them to be splatters. Oh, I know what might look really pretty. Elements, let's go for clouds. This sounds weird, but it looks super cool, trust me. A little blue, make that smaller, make it a little bit more opaque. I'm gonna go around the edge of this with clouds. I have clouds on here. Make it big so we can see. Just, yes. Yes. It softens that edge right down. It looks magical. What cloud shouldn't be filled with bubbles? Just a little bit. I'm gonna make it smaller. I love that. Put a little bit darker back to this one side. I'll put a little counterpoint up there. Yep. The clouds are good. The clouds are good on bubbles. That little bubble down here doesn't have much of anything going on, but I want them to look different. I'm going to change that color up just now because of that little lighter. I hear everybody's getting ready. We're getting ready to head out. I was hoping to finish this picture. I thought I was done with the pictures in the story. I'm not. I have a little bit more to do. Reading back through and editing. I'm loving these bubbles. This guy up here. A little bit of that. Now I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna grab, oops. I'm gonna grab luminescence light pen, and I'm gonna take white. Gonna make it smallish, kind of about 70% for the opacity, and I want to put some little highlights on here just so they look like they're shimmering. That one I'm gonna make a little wider. Yes. I gotta take all that back off. 2 fingers, tap the screen, 2 fingers, doop, 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 gone. Make it a little bit wider. And just the one. And this one, make it a little bit smaller. Nope, too much. Just a little dot maybe. A little line. Little faces I don't want. I like little triangles and bubbles sometimes. I'm happy with that one. Oh, I'm very happy with those. Okay, so here, I'm gonna create the illusion of the water coming out. This is our water that's being spilled, and the water is coming out. Might make it a little bit wider. Yep. And I'm running it straight down. That one I didn't like. I'm running it straight down. I'm gonna make some little foam down here, I think. Okay, I'm gonna take this one and turn it way, way up and turn this way, way down. So it'll be light, but it'll be very opaque. I'm just gonna come up in here and make some little foam feels, maybe even some little bubbly feels from the water where it's splashing. I do like digital art. This is 100% digital art. It was a photograph that I took that I'm working on to turn it into a watercolor illustration kind of feel. And like if I wanted to, just with this, to make a little bubble over here, make a little bubble over here. I'm not gonna go crazy on them though. Pull it up to the size and see where I'm at. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. So it's really, really, very transparent now and really big the whole way. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm just gonna soften. I wanna be real careful here. Just to soften this side just a little bit with the light. The same way back here. Make that bigger. Did you know bubbles aren't perfect circles? They're not. I love that one. I love that. I'm so happy with that. This is a little neglected bubble up here, so I'm just gonna put a little white highlight on this. I love it. I'm super happy with that. I'm gonna put a little bit more color there. I gotta stop. Gotta stop. Let me see how this will look. Oh, no, it'll stay white. Let's get out our old friend airbrush. Smallish. Very, very, very light opacity. I just gotta tone that down a little bit. Yes. Now I gotta get away from it. I gotta get away from the bubble now. I love it. I love this picture. There's a little bit of how I'm making the bubbles. And I hope by the end of this book, I'll have lots of little snippets of how I did this, how I did that. Yeah. But there's a bubble. I love it. It looks like it's a bubble that came to life, and I'm very happy with the water too. So there you go. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for watching.